For me, this is well, not just for me. I wish I was graduating from something. I'm through graduating. I owe money.
Yeah, yeah. School is not on our agenda right
nope,
now.
Not at all. The only
we ain't
school,
even going to Sunday school.
Yeah. Sunday school, driving school, none of that.
None
Dog,
of
look
it.
at here. But you know, this is the season of graduation. I'm watching all of this stuff online, on Facebook, and Instagram, and a lot of folks are getting their doctorates.
Okay.
So my brother-in-law's brother just got his PhD.
Okay.
Earned PhD.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Okay.
But here is the unique part. He's on the not autism spectrum, the schizophrenic spectrum.
Whoa.
With medication and whatever,
wow,
he's able to stay focused. So he was able to stay focused enough.
That's amazing.
Dude, it's a miracle.
Ooh.
And he got his PhD. And I was like, because we were talking about it, I'm like, really? Which means that, you know what? He's brilliant, which means that there are no throwaway people.
No.
You know, there are no throwaway people.
Mattie Jo Willis said something when we started Grace Temple years ago. She said the only thing that should be thrown away is paper, trash.
Oh man.
Not people. Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That sounds like something she would say.
Yes.
That's for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't throw away people, throw away trash.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Hey y'all, welcome to Grace Unfiltered. Yes, Josh is still on vacation. Have you been seeing the pictures with Josh on vacation?
Yes.
So they went to DC, I think. They went to Virginia. Your partner wanted to go to the Marine Museum or something.
Oh, yeah.
But he not going to the military. I don't understand it.
Who that, Miles?
Yeah.
What's up, Miles?
Miles wanted to go to the Marine Museum, to the Marine or the Air Armed Services, or something like that. I don't know.
That's my guy.
Man. And look, he was dressed up.
Hey. Come on, man. Miles gonna represent.
Look, you have truly inspired me.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the love I speak of.
It was it. Man, listen, Sunday, we had a good time Sunday.
Yes.
Worship was good at 9 and 10:30. It was just, man, we just had a good time. Travis was wearing my shirt on Sunday. I wish, you know what, one time I wish that at the stuff that we referenced, I wish there was a clip. Oh, speaking of that, let me just say this too. Let me say this. So Bishop, there was because we got one question. So
yeah.
there is a video online.
Yeah.
Of you.
I saw it.
Yeah, of you. And we went through all of those, and then he threw me in at the end. So if there's nothing left to claim our attention,
that was awesome.
That was good.
That was outstanding. Nobody but Travis.
Oh, only Travis.
Yes.
I didn't even know he had that kind of equipment just to do stuff like that. That means he ain't got enough to do.
Right.
That's what that is.
Too much time on his hands.
Too much time on his hands. Okay, one question. Thank you so much, the person that sent in this one question.
I thought you were going to have more than one question.
No, I didn't. No, I was just, when you talk real fast, you don't ask no questions.
Okay.
They just take off from that. Okay, here's the question. It's kind of long, but we'll get to it. Neil, and it's clearly for me.
Yes, it's for you.
And they spell my name right, so thank you so much for spelling my name right.
Nilly.
Neil, you made the statement about the Ephesian Christians were primarily Gentiles, but they were unsaved. I'm gonna have to correct that statement. Are you making a case here that they lost their salvation or they never accepted Christ as Savior? Sounded like a case against once saved, always saved. Please discuss in more detail. I really enjoyed your sermon, by the way. Okay, so do you remember when I talked about the Ephesians and the Gentiles? So here's the thing. The first question that they said first part said, you made the statement about the Ephesian Christians were primarily Gentiles. So the people, based on numbers, were not Jewish. They were numbers-wise, they were Gentiles that were not born Jewish. Those Gentiles accepted Jesus as Savior. So they were saved.
Yes.
And that's what Paul was trying to remind him, that they were saved, that they were primarily Gentiles but were unsaved. So first of all, let me correct that. The Gentiles were saved, just
Yes.
like us, all right? Then they say, are you making a case here that they lost their salvation? Let's stop right there on that one. No, that cannot. Well, let me. No, they
Right.
did not.
Leave it like that.
Well, and I guess my question is, how did we get into that conversation? When I first started preaching,
Yeah.
I went to this pastors conference thing,
Okay. Yeah.
and that was the discussion.
Guessing. Yeah.
Yeah. So where did we get into that?
A lack of really dissecting the word and digging deeper than the surface. You know, our salvation was a gift.
Right.
God is not a God that takes it away.
Right.
But then there are some doctrines of certain denomination.
Yeah.
They build everything around the fact that you can lose your salvation.
Yeah.
And it was something that I struggled with for years.
Well, and I guess at the time you was your denomination, were they kind of on the fence with that a little bit?
Oh no, it's
That
not
they
on
were-
the fence.
yeah.
That they believe you can lose.
You
your
could lose it.
salvation.
So they wasn't on the fence. They was
ain't no
all
on
in the
the fence.
yard.
Oh, ain't no on the fence about
Wow.
it.
So how did you how did you finally reconcile all of that?
It took a lot of time, a lot of study, a lot of praying to come to that point of realizing that my salvation is secure.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there are some things that God is working on as far as the sanctification.
Yeah.
And then ultimately the glorification when
Right.
we leave here and we'll be in the presence of God.
Yeah.
But it took some time.
Well, and for me, I mean, I thought I was cool at first,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like you. It was like two things. There were two instances that happened. One was that arena that I was in, that they were asking those questions, like, okay, well, can you lose or whatever? And I'm going back and forth. They were going back and forth.
But I thought
and that
your
just kinda-
denomination also taught that as well.
No,
They
they
did?
didn't. No, they just
Okay.
they talked about the attributes of God.
Okay,
That was it.
okay,
Yeah, they didn't.
okay.
They didn't do that because like rededication and all of that. That was not. It was just dedication.
Okay.
That's what it was. And now they were a little more legalistic in following rules and all
Right.
that other stuff because there was because I grew up a Methodist. I told somebody that recently. I grew up Methodist and. It was about following those rules. I was Jewish in that respect. It was
Okay.
just rules.
Okay.
And if you didn't follow the rules, then you didn't do it. But then when I went to seminary, man, it made me question whether or not I was saved because they were asking all these questions, and it was a challenge for me. And I'm not saying seminary is not for everybody. You better be secure in who you are, otherwise they're gonna mess it up. So the question said, are you making case here that they lost their salvation? No, I'm not making that case. The Gentiles, once they accepted Jesus Christ, just like you and I, once we accept Jesus, we are locked in.
Right.
Now, some denominations say saved for real, and I just tag on that phrase. But I think sometimes we get membership and salvation confused.
Yes.
I think sometimes we say, well, yeah, I'm a member or I'm a whatever of this, and I'm not necessarily, saved. I have not accepted Jesus. I just kind of hang around. Or attendance in salvation confused. Or they never accepted Christ as Savior. No, they did. And then they say, sounded like a case against once saved, always saved. I don't know if that's it or not, but I do believe Charles Stanley believed in the security of the believer. So I do believe, and I hope that they wanted to discuss that in more detail, but I hope that that kind of explained that whole Jew and Gentile kind of thing. He was talking to them, first of all, as a nation, and then later as just the actions that they were exhibiting. Because sometimes I wonder if my kids are my kids, the way that they act sometimes. And even, because both of my kids accepted Christ. One was baptized at church and one was baptized at a swimming pool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but that doesn't mean that he's less saved or not saved or whatever than anybody else. So, yeah, that's all I got. That's
plenty.
That's good.
That's plenty. That's plenty.
Listen, we love when you ask questions. Here is the deal. The purpose of Grace Unfiltered is for you, as you hear the sermon, to ask questions about the sermon. That's the whole purpose of Grace Unfiltered, because it's not filtered through the sermonic moment. It's not filtered through one person talking and somebody else listening. So we love those questions. Any question that you want to ask about the sermon, it's real good. I was telling Bishop, man, Ephesians is probably one of the hardest. Romans was the hardest. Ephesians, it's hard to be inspirational and informational because there's so much theology.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, this has been a great series, and then we'll wrap it up this coming Sunday with a very familiar text, Ephesians 6, dealing with the whole armor.
Yeah,
You know, so
okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot. So I've been knowing you decades.
Right.
Do you remember
Oh, Jesus.
what my first sermon was?
No, I do not.
Ephesians 6.
What?
The title of the sermon was The Briefing of a Soldier.
Okay.
And I talked about the armor and all of that.
Now, did you do your first one at 33rd or 12th Street?
12th Street.
12th Street,
I did at
okay.
12th Street.
Okay.
I was the first associate to do my sermon after St. Mark actually moved from one area to a totally different area.
Wow.
Yeah. It was the second Sunday in February. Oh, I remember when it was. I was scared to death. There was.
The briefing of a soldier.
Yeah, the briefing of a soldier. It's like it's a soldier, and we're briefing you on all of the weapons that you're gonna have.
Okay.
And so whenever we talk about, and at the same time, this is just all into our lives here. But at the same time, we were doing In the Twinkling of an Eye, Angels Watching Over Me.
Wow.
And I was a devil. Which ain't too far from the truth sometimes. Sometimes.
Oh my God.
Man, so yeah, that was my soul. I enjoy listening to sermons about Ephesians 6.
Yeah.
It's just so I'm looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, I'm going to approach this totally different than I've ever preached it before.
Okay.
This coming Sunday. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This Sunday is a great way to jump in.
Yes.
What you gonna say? What?
Walking in victory.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Walking in victory,
Okay.
because that's what Christ has provided for us.
Yeah.
We need to be victorious as a family. You
Yeah.
know, whether we, Jews or Gentiles.
Yeah, yeah.
We have been made one
That's
in
right.
Christ.
That's right.
That's the victory that we walk in.
Man.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you know what? We couldn't do it.
No.
Listen, we even if we tried to do it,
Right.
we couldn't do it.
No.
Check this out. This is what's deep. The Samaritans, which were a mixed breed of Jews and whoever,
That's that woman at the well you preached before. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
y'all have no dealings with us.
yeah, I got a couple of things that I do
Yeah,
over and
I
over
know,
again.
I know,
Yeah, we
I
just
know,
kind of do.
yeah.
But you're right. I mean, that's we've tried to pull it together, and even that Samaritan woman who was mixed, she was even an outcast. She was treated differently.
Yes.
Which proves that man can't pull together what God only pulls together.
Yes.
We can try to do it, but I like this is okay. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Now. It's gonna be all right. Are you gonna cry?
No.
Yeah, you ain't gonna cry?
No, I ain't gonna cry.
Okay, I got you.
No, I ain't gonna cry.
Yeah, it'll
I
be
ain't gonna
good.
cry. I ain't
Listen,
gonna cry.
this Sunday, one service, 10 a.m., 12900 Cantrell Road, Little Rock, Arkansas. We want to see you here. Listen, we've got a seat for you. What we'd love for you to do is, since service starts at 10, just get here 15 minutes early, come hang out. You got a coffee shop, you can get coffee, it's free. You can get lollipops in the little lobby area. You can suck on those and whole deal. Ministry for your children. Listen, a lot of people don't believe that you can go to church and your children can actually learn something as well, but you can. Grace Kids is there for you from pre-K all the way up to 4th grade, 5th and 6th grade is there available for toddlers, little bitty babies. Man, we've got some room for you here at Grace United. Thank you so much for this edition of Grace Unfiltered. Next time, I think, will Josh be back next? Yeah, Josh will be back next time. And so we apologize that we're wearing shoes, but there will be flip slippers back here at Grace Unfiltered. You guys have a great day. Bye. What you call her? Win?
Cynthia.
Cynthia.
She been getting on to me about. Bye, Cynthia.
Bye, Cynthia. Thank you for joining us in the morning, Cynthia, by the way.